What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR and welcome back to yet again another movie review. And you're probably thinking, why are you reviewing this when there's so many other movies you need to review? I don't care what you guys got to, well, I do care about you guys. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Don't. I love you guys. I do want to review this because I recently rewatched it and I already thought I had a review of this movie a while back, but I guess I took it down. Mostly because I guess it was a really bad review, the way I reviewed that movie. But right now we're going to review it now with Earth to Echo. I don't really show off the Blu-rays very often when I review movies, but I figured I just got done watching it, so I thought might as well review it. I saw this a while back in theaters, and I remember seeing the trailers for it and being actually really excited for it because I was like, oh, it's like a modern E.T. And that's basically kind of what it is, even though like it follows different plot points and everything, but it's definitely, you could say this is an E.T. for the modern era, which I really wish more people would talk about it more, because I don't think this is a bad movie at all. A lot of people don't really like the found footage aspect of movies like this, because some people can't watch like the Paranormal Activity movies, Blair Witch, and just any movies that have this type of style. Mostly horror does this type of style, so it's good to see like a kids movie or a family film use this type of format of storytelling, which you don't really see that very often. I'd love to see more movies like this in this style. A lot of what I heard with complaints that some people had when I saw it in theaters that it made them motion sick in theaters, which me personally it didn't. And then again, I saw this thing back when it came out, so I was still fresh into the whole movie game and everything, and the whole looking into things and reviewing things. But Earth to Echo is a very interesting movie. Let's get the bads out of the way first. The acting in this movie isn't always the best, especially from the one kid, I don't know the actor's name, but the character's name is Munch. Pretty much every bit of dialogue from him just felt weird to me. And the main guy, the main kid, Tuck, I think was his name, he also wasn't the best when it came to all that. Like, it was definitely odd to me. With some of that, with like the Alex kid, most of his stuff was pretty spot on. The girl character, I don't remember her name. But all of them were very much like fine. Those two were fine. The adults were pretty fine. The CG is hit or miss. There's times where it looks really nice, and then there's times where it looks really bad. Like something like there's a scene where they're holding Echo. And I don't know if it's just because of the way this movie's done and adding the CGI to like that kind of filming format. And I'm very curious how much of the film was actually the kids holding the camera, which would be really interesting if that's a lot of how it was done. I don't know. It's very much an interesting concept for a movie, which I've seen way worse than stuff like this. Like this, the alien, the kids finding a thing, and like, it definitely has that whole adults bad vibe to it as well, especially around the last act of the movie. But it definitely has fun with what it's trying to do, and I don't hate anything about it. Wouldn't necessarily say it's a fantastic movie, no. I don't think this movie is great or anything, but it definitely has a lot of heart to it. Well, that's a coincidence at the back of it says a heartfelt and fun, but I promise I did not read that. I promise that was a coincidence. But no, this movie is done in such a unique way compared to others. And I like that it takes the liberty of using this format to tell this kind of story, which you don't really see very often with movies like this. Like I said, the acting can be pretty shoddy. The CGI isn't the best. There are some scenes that drag a little bit. And the whole movie's a good portion of the movie is a fetch quest, which is like, oh, well, you gotta follow this map to go to this part, and it's kind of predictable. Like they're gonna go find a piece, and something's gonna happen. There's gonna be a fight between some of the characters. There's gonna be and the thing is about the whole fight between the characters, there is that typical is like, oh, we fight because it's needed for the plot. Happens a lot sooner in this movie than it does in most, because usually that happens like around the beginning of the third act, usually, or at least that's how it feels to me. But this movie is very much interesting. The movie, though, it's one thing I want to talk about. Is like, I love the design of Echo. He is adorable. I want a little action figure or a plush or something of him. If anyone knows of anything like that I can buy, let me know down in the comments section. I really want one. But the movie it's a fun family adventure, and a lot of people. So I know some people that really couldn't get into it because of the way it's shot. And just some of the characters, and I don't remember what this movie got on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm really curious. I actually might just do that real quick while I'm talking about this, but but the movie is fun. It's not dumb fun, like I said, with Space Jam. Like, this is actually just legitimate fun. I don't know where I would put this. Wow, so audiences really weren't too kind on this movie, and neither were critics. It's a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, and then the audience is 47. Wow. That's a little something. Wasn't expecting that. And I can see why. I think one of the big things is the acting and the CG, which really brings it to a halt. And some of the times, like with it being found footage, you're like, okay, so some of the stuff is like from Echo's perspective, which is weird to me because I know they used, like, he's seeing them through like his phone, but how exactly did they get the footage from his point of view from that phone? Is that phone recording the whole time as well? I don't know. The character says like it started filming, so maybe it was recording the whole time. The dude was able to get the footage from it. I don't know. That might have been me thinking too much into the movie, which is something I do on a regular basis when it comes to movies. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 3 out of 5. Don't think it's good enough to deserve a 4. I don't think it's bad enough to deserve a 2. I did enjoy this film, and I think it's a lot of fun. The family would definitely, if they haven't seen it, definitely would have a lot of fun with it. This movie got me to actually more appreciate the found footage genre. It's like back with Paranormal Activity and stuff like that, I was never into. But maybe this Halloween I'll review those movies. Who knows? I'm gonna do a lot of horror reviews this October, so keep an eye out for those. I want to know down in the comments section, what did you guys think of Earth Echo? Do you think it's a good movie? Did you see it in theaters? Would you like to see a sequel? I highly doubt that would happen, but there's no plan for a sequel. But if there was a sequel, I would love to see. Yeah, there's no plans for a sequel. And I feel like the movie did fairly decent, and I really would recommend, if you haven't seen it, to give it a watch. I'm not saying it's a movie you gotta go into blind. I'm just saying enjoy what you got. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know down in the comment section, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!